Good morning. I feel like I now should sing that song. Good morning, but it's early and I haven't had enough coffee, so not going to happen. But welcome, everybody. I am so glad you're here. My name is Angela, the Traveling Crafter, and I enjoy doing a lot of different arts, crafts, and DIY projects. I love thrifting for vintage treasures and traveling. And today we're going to kind of throw some things together that I found while sorting through my idea / to-do box. Excuse me, that singing got to me. So let me show you what we're going to work with. Let me grab it. I had these out and then I put them away. I am lucky enough to have a bunch of these fabric sample books. So this one's kind of the vintage linens. It has not been taken apart yet. And then this one I just took apart, and it is full of scrumptious leathers. I mean, these are so nice. So those two this one I've taken apart, but I had taken another one apart, and I've used quite a bit of these on a lot of different projects. And apparently in all my planning, I had put this together for a video and then I didn't do it. So we are going to make some of these super easy pockets. Now, what I will tell you, because you're probably saying, well, that's great, Ange, but I don't have those sample books. Not to worry. If you have any kind of fabric, cut it down to about the size that these are. This is, these are standard. Well, this particular one is about 3.5 inches wide. And then, let's see, let me just grab one of these leather ones because that would be more probably accurate to what size these are. Now, I did pull these apart so that if you have these or you ever get your hands on them, these are really easy to pull this up and then they kind of flip out, and then they've got these really great big, like 2.5 or 3 inch staples, and the staples are in the front and the back. So when you take them apart, it looks like this. Now, I have sent a couple of these to both Carrie and Carol. I don't know that I still have mine, but I think this would make a cool journal that actually flips this way. Am I going to do it? I don't know, but I do think it'd be a great idea. So these leather pieces are just about 4, it looks like. Yep, 4 inches by 8 3/4 inches. So that's about how long you would need to have your paper. Now, what I like about these is, just like in this example, it's already covered here. So if you wanted, like, this is kind of a quirky piece, you could use this as the inside and just fold it up, and that is your pocket, right? But if you would rather, now see, mine have the holes in it. You can really see them on the leather. Or you could turn it this way, and you could simply cover this with something decorative. Or hey, if you're doing kind of a home decor journal, maybe you just leave this and then do some embellishments around it too. Also a different look, very cool. So that's all we're going to do, is just play with these little pieces. And really, here's 2 that I did finish up. So I used some paper underneath there, and you could either pin this onto a pocket. You could, give it independently as a little happy mail. You could actually glue it into your page and have another pocket there. This one was, I think, kind of a remnant. So I just made another little pocket, decorated it up, and stuck some little bits and bobs in there. So all we're going to do is finish these up, because it looks like I was on a roll like butter. And I will try. Now, usually what I do, just so you guys know, is I will glue these down, which I'm going to do while I talk to you. And before I add the embellishments, I go take them all to my sewing machine and I sew them just around the edge like you saw on these. However, since we're on camera today, we are not going to do that. We are going to just finish them up, and then hopefully I'll be able to take them to my sewing machine and not have too much. I think it'll be fine. As long as I don't get things too close to down here when I'm sewing, I think it'll be all right. I'm just going to pull that up just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. Now, if you're sewing them, you don't really need that much glue. But in the case that I decide maybe not to sew them for whatever reason, I am going to add the glue. Now, if you didn't want them to be as short as this particular one, because this one looks like it was maybe a remnant as well, because it's much shorter, you could pull off that paper that's inside, and so it's a little more pliable, and then adjust your pocket as you wish. So now what do I have here? I have some, maybe we go over here, some fabric. Well, looks good to me. This one apparently I didn't have any blingy bling to put on it, so we'll just add this on here. I hope you guys are all doing well. You'll have to let me know if you've tried making these. These are a great mass make project. If you know any interior designers, if you're an interior designer yourself, you probably have access to these readily. Sometimes, on occasion, you can find these in thrift stores, as well as, like wallpaper sample books and things like that. So, look there as well. And like I said, if you don't, I'm just getting the glue off of my top of my bottle. It's driving me crazy. There we go. And if not, you can improvise by just using fabric and kind of replicating this. Now, a lot of these had not like the leather ones don't, but the other pack that I showed you, they already had like the pinking sheer edge. So when I cut little things to go along with it, I did use the pinking shears for that. And that's about all there is to it. Easy peasy. This one did not have any bling, so that'd be really easy to glue up. Glue up, sew up. Okay, let's look at this one. This is kind of fun because I don't really remember. This was probably over a year ago that I've had these out. Now, does this need to be cut down? I feel like, see how this one is? This one's a little bit different. Let me grab my pinking shears. I'm just going to do a little, just a slight edge on that because it is white. So I think having a little bit of that pop out and then sewing it will look nice. So I'm just going to do a really thin edge. A little pinky McPinkerson. And one thing, if you're using pinking shears, when you do this, make sure that, see how my notch is right in that last one, and then just go from there. And that makes it easier to stay kind of straight-ish. All right, last one. And then we don't need to do the bottom because no one's going to see it. All right. Let's see. There, that's better. All right, let's just glue this down, and then we'll see what kind of adornments we have. And with the Fabri-Tac, that's the glue that I'm using, you don't need a ton, and it works pretty well to adhere it, especially if you're going to go back and sew it your golden. Okay, we're going to go ahead and put this down. Now, in some cases, I think this one will be fine. You may, if it's like too rough, you might want to put something over it so things slide in and out of it. But this one, I think it'll be okay. just putting a little bit. All right, now, what I need to be sure of, that looks cute. Okay, what were you thinking here, Ange? I have this that says vintage. That would go cute up there. I'm not so sure about this peachy. Well, it does look kind of cute. I don't know if I just threw a bunch of stuff on there, and I don't know. It's been a long time. Let's see. Let's just, this one had pinking shears on it too, so let's just cut it off and make it a little bit smaller. I do kind of like that. I think that's a little too big, but we can cut it down. I'm just not, maybe. This isn't straight. I mean, it wasn't cut straight originally. Let me see if I can straighten it up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Let's do maybe a smaller square of this. Oop, that might be too small. Oops. All right, I'll keep this one. We might need it for something else. This garbage. All right, I'm liking that. And then this little guy on top. Okay. Perfect. Now, what I'm going to do, maybe, where's my, there it is, my pokey tool. I'm just going to lift all of this up. I'm going to put a hole right in the middle of it and then put this brad through it. And then I'm just going to put a little glue down on this. This will keep it all together, makes my life easier. It will make your life easier too, to kind of get it all in there first. I didn't want to go through this because then when I'm putting something in it, it would snag on it. So I'm just tacking that to that. The rest of them I think will be okay. And we'll just make sure this is all glued down. And again, you could sew this, put this on, sew it, make it pretty, and then glue it down too. Like I could have sewn through this, but you know me, I don't get my sewing machine and bring it all the way over here because it's in my sewing closet. So, and setting up a boom, you know, I'm hopeful that for Christmas I will get a new boom that I can put here and then use for my live sales. And if I do that, then I think I might take one of these other ones and put it in my sewing closet. And then I can just have one there and I can do some sewing. It's just sometimes the angles are not very good. So now these are all ready for me to tuck with things. I won't worry about that now until I'm ready to use them, but they're all done. So that's a beautiful thing. All right, this one looks pretty fun to play with. Let's see. I got some purple. I got some black. This one says just be. Oh, let's see. This would be cute down here. What if, how big is that? Maybe that one there. I wonder, is that too much up here? Yeah, that kind of just blends right into it, doesn't it? I like the idea of kind of having it, and this is already sewn, so I don't have to worry about do that. That could stand to have something else as well, but, and we'll decide what we're going to do here, if we're going to trim some of that off. So I'm just poking it, sticking the brad in. Oh, this brad is, what's this say on it? John, Paul, Paul Jr., Peter, Wallace. I don't know. I have no idea where these are from. Ooh, yikes. Did not want to go through there with both of them. Come on. Try again. The little legs on this are a little spindly. They're not quite together, so it's making it difficult to get them through here. Come on. Now, if you didn't want to, you could just pop the legs off and glue it down. Okay. I guess we'll just... And if you notice, this was wonky. It was not... this black piece was not straight. So when I put these other pieces on there, it just kind of solved the problemo. So now we're going to want to make sure we get a good amount here. Especially right here. And a little bit right there. Done. Oh, I got to put the top on too, don't I? Cute. All right. The Just Be. Let's get that little string off there. And these I just used my, oh shoot, what are those? What are those called? Oh, well, it's too early for me to think of it. But the, all I can think is click-clack, like they click-clack together. But the little letter stamps, letters and numbers that click together, and then you can create your words. And I just used a bunch of scraps that I had and made some of these. So I'm going to put this on this end just so it kind of grounds it, and it's taking your eye up this way instead of having everything on one side. So there we go. Done. I'm going to see what these are called. I have them over here. Not organized at the moment. These little guys. I can't remember what they're called. It'll come to me as soon as I'm done with the video, I'm sure. All right, this might be one of my favorites right here. Right here. So I have... Make sure that this one says sparkle. And I am assuming... I mean, I can only assume that I had this to go kind of like that, is what my thought is when I originally did these. Yeah, let's cut this one down a little bit. And this is some vintage fabric. You can tell it's like much thinner, but I do love it. Okay. And I'm kind of I don't like things to be, I like kind of the offsetedness of things on a page. Just like if I were to do like a mantle, I like things to be like offset, not equal. Like I said, my brain, I can't think of the words today. But y'all know what I'm talking about. I am going to keep those little ones because I think we could, I'll throw them in my scrap bin, and then when it comes to Scrappy McScrapperson, we can do something with it. Now, we could do this one. Let's see what it looks like in the middle. No. See, I don't like that. And I'm okay with it kind of hanging over the edge. I just think that gives more interest, if you will. And I'm just going to do this. Now, again, I could have sewn around all of these beforehand, which is a great idea. if you feel like doing that, but I didn't. So I think that would be really cute sewn around it too. This one, oh my goodness, look at that. Me leaving the string on there. That's pretty amazing. All right, I'm just going to go, I think I might go down a little bit, like right here. Just a little farther from the top with this, because this is kind of a little bit longer. And I did not, it is pinking, it looks like it was cut with pinking shears there, but it is not on the top, which is fine. I just think it's too, if I start cutting it, then it's not going to be long enough. All right, come on. These we did with my, I remember I found all the pretty colored Dymo tape, and we played a bunch with that. Come on. These, I don't know. Well, we can try using my little gadget here. Let's see if it comes off. I don't think so. The problem is, it is a sticker, and so if I don't take it apart and then I glue it down, and there's a risk that it can come off. I'm pretty sure it's a sticker. And I don't see why it wouldn't be. All the rest of them are. Oh, there we go. Barely got it. Well, thank you guys for sticking with me here. I know you probably can't see that, but there we go. Whew. That was hard this early in the morning. All right, and you, Mr. Sparkle, or Miss Sparkle, go right here. Now, you know what would be cute is two little brads. Oh, I did the back of this one too. Well, I guess I won't do that then. I was going to put two little brads right here. I could have done that beforehand. Oh, well. Well, that was brilliant of you, Ange. Okay. Last but not least, this one, again, this one doesn't look like I have any bling to put on it. But maybe I can find something, because I think it needs something. Let's see what we have for... First of all, before I forget and start gluing things down, I am going to pink the edges here so they're all the same. This is a piece for my grandma, and it's just a offcut of a quilt she had made that was already sewn together, which if you ever find these out in the wild, pick them up, because it's so nice to have this kind of thing already done. And you know, our quilter friends and family are all very talented when it comes to doing all of that goodness, and they sew it all for you. Probably better than, well, definitely better than I could do. Oh, here, we got some big ones here that I haven't even used. And I think this one, I'm just going to open them up and dump them out. I like the idea of, I have a bunch of these all organized neatly and in their own colors and all that good stuff, which I won't change. Oh, that's cool too. The clock. But we'll use this one. This one kind of pulls it all together. But there's something about playing with, all right, let me glue these two down first, just a little bit, before I put the brad in. And this one is going to go just through that quilted piece because it should sit right on top of both of them. Yay. And it did. All right, now, just make sure we get enough glue around here. You know, I don't like to get my hands dirty. Well, I mean, I don't mind getting my hands dirty, but if I don't have to get them all gluey and nicky, I try not to. How about that? That's a better way. Now look at that. I just said I don't think like things like symmetrical. I like them asymmetrical. I told you the words would come to me. So for example, symmetrical. If you had a mantle, you would put, let's just say this was the mantle up here, and you had two vases and a couple other tchotchkes. Symmetrical would be putting one on either side. And then maybe you had a couple candles, and then you would put your candle, one on each side. That's symmetrical. Now, what I would do is maybe I would only use one candle and one little one here, and then maybe another tchotchke, and then something really tall that was up here, and I would have it offset. That's asymmetrical. There you go. Not that you guys didn't know that, but for some reason I felt like I needed to tell you. All right. Oh, and this one I put something on the back of it too. Why did I do that? Because it's not, I don't know, but it's done. So in just a really short amount of time, we did a whole bunch of these. Now, is there a little bit of prep? Yes, that I did beforehand, obviously a long time ago. So you would get your fabric, cut your paper to the size. You know, you're going to have to kind of decide on your color scheme, and find some little fabric chunks and pieces and all your embellishments. So, you know, give yourself about a half an hour to put 4 or 5 of these together. It won't take you very long. And then start creating. And that's as easy as it is. And now you have instant pockets, great for Happy Mail, great for your journals, great for your scrapbooks, great for mixed media projects. I hope you enjoyed these cute little fabric pockets, and I hope you come back again. Please, you know how much I love your comments. Tell me what you like the best. Give me your advice. Tell me what you things that you might create with these, or ideas that you have. I love to hear from all of you, because you all have some creative genius, and I appreciate you. So until next time, friends, remember to take time to just be. We'll see you soon. Cheers.